Okay, let me see. I think I'm muted. No, you're muted.
Change stations now.
There we go.
There you are. Let me turn this up. Okay, perfect. And it started recording as soon as we turned on. So you are all set to go.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
So welcome, everyone. I am so excited to be with you today. I am Deanne Jimenez, and I am a virtual online health and fitness coach for Beachbody. So what that means is that I help people reach their health and fitness goals, whether it be through recommending products that we have, to helping them through coaching, both in a private Facebook group that I run each month, as well as one-on-one personal coaching through text, through Messenger, things like that. So basically, you know, I help people reach their goals. I lead them through programs, you know, recommend products that will help with whatever goals that you happen to have when it comes to your health. You know, basically, I help with exercise, nutrition. And so today, what I want to talk about is a way of eating that I'm following and that is so beneficial for helping others with their health and fitness goals, whether it be weight loss, whether it be rebalancing your hormones, you know, because you're going through menopause or perimenopause, your hormones could be out of balance, whether you have thyroid issues, whether you have things such as PCOS, diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, you know, any kind of health issue. This way of eating will help you and benefit you, and it's amazing. So today, basically, what I'm going to talk about is high fat, low carb, which you may have heard of high fat, low carb. A lot of people relate it to keto. They say, I'm doing high fat, low carb, I'm doing keto. They think it's the same thing. They really are two different things. There are certain similarities between high fat, low carb and keto, but there are some major differences. You know, I'm not going to go through all the similarities and differences because that would be, you know, great for another class. But today, what I want to do is just focus on what high fat, low carb is. And a lot of people that are doing keto, they think they're doing keto and they're really doing a lot of high fat, low carb. But anyways, I'm going to talk specifically about high fat, low carb, the benefits of it, how it works, who it's good for, things like that. So, you know, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you're watching this on the replay, then, you know, you can, and you have questions, you can get my contact information from Shauna. You know, send me your questions. I'll be happy to get back to you, answer, you know, whatever questions you may have about this or anything else. So basically, this high fat, low carb way of eating, it's been around for years, many years, way before we have heard about it. Some people have been following this high fat, low carb way of eating. You know, it's just now gaining popularity where it's becoming more well known. A lot more people are becoming interested in it, but really it's been around for centuries. And so anyways, you know, with this high fat, low carb way of eating, it's like I said, it's just coming out. So there's a lot of information to learn, a lot of newness about it, but the benefits are the same. The results people are getting are the same as they got, you know, centuries ago when they were doing this. And centuries ago, they didn't call it high fat, low carb. It was just the way that they ate. But today we have, you know, this label is high fat, low carb. And so basically, with this way of eating, you do have an increase in the amount of fats that you eat. And what we're talking about here is healthy fats. which I'm going to go more into the details of what the healthy fats are later on. But, you know, we're talking about healthy fats. We're not talking about fats in the sense of sugar-filled foods, cookies, candy, cakes, you know, that kind of stuff. We're talking healthy fats. So you have a lot of fat incorporated, healthy fats incorporated into what you're eating, and you keep your carb intake on the lower side. And so basically, you want, when you're doing high fat, low carb, you want approximately 70% of your eating of your food every day should come from healthy fat. And then you have a moderate amount of protein. And then at the very bottom, you have only 10 to 20% of your diet, your food that you eat. When I say diet, I basically mean the food that you take in, not diet in the sense that we're, you know, thinking of cutting calories, being on a diet, that sort of thing. When I mention diet, it's your nutrition, what food you're eating. So basically 10 to 20% of your diet, of your daily food intake, comes from carbs. So at the very top, you have mostly high fats. Then in the middle, you have moderate protein. And then at the very bottom, you have your carbs. So basically, what is this high fat, low carb way of eating? What is it good for? What does it help with? Who is it good for? And how does it work? So I want to talk about, you know, the benefits and who it's great for, and, you know, a little bit of the foods that you eat when you are following high fat, low carb. So basically, high fat, low carb, really, it's good for anyone. It really is good for anyone. But if you are looking for a healthy, sustainable weight loss way of eating, a way of eating that will help you with weight loss in a healthy way and in a way that is safe to do, and it's sustainable, meaning that you can do this forever and ever and ever. You can eat this way as long as you want, and you will not have any negative side effects cropping up in the future from it. It's a completely healthy way of eating. And so if you want that sustainable weight loss that you can keep up and manage easily throughout the rest of your life, this is a great way of eating for you. It's also great for anyone who has any type of hormonal imbalances, such as if you're going through menopause, perimenopause, if you have thyroid issues, if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. This is especially good for you. But like I said, anyone who wants to eat this way will get benefits. It's just that if you have some of those issues, then this way is a way that you may want to think about eating over doing something else. This way of eating will help you overcome those issues. Personally, myself, I have hypothyroidism, and I did have an inability to lose weight. No matter what I did, it was just stuck. I could not go anywhere with my weight. I had all the symptoms of the hypothyroidism, even though, I'm taking medication for it. You still get the symptoms. And so, doing this way of eating it's helping my thyroid levels become better naturally. And, I am hoping, I've been doing this program, and when I go back to the doctor, I'm hoping, to have my thyroid levels, that I see that they've improved even more with this way of eating, because it is great for that. I do know I have one person that I'm working with who specifically messaged me saying she was so happy because her cholesterol levels from doing this program had significantly gotten better. And so, if you do have any of these issues, like I said, this program is definitely beneficial for you. But like I said, it's good for anybody, for whole health, nutrition, whole health healing of your body, with it, whatever you're dealing with. So basically, benefits of the high fat, low carb, there are lots of benefits. One is that it curbs your appetite. So when you're not feeling as hungry, you're not going to eat as much food, and that will help promote weight loss. So that's one way that this is good for weight loss. And actually, you know, we tend to eat, standard Americans, we tend to eat way more food than we actually need. Our bodies do not need as much food as we usually take in. And so, you know, with this, you will notice that you're going to not feel as hungry as often because you are filling your body with the healthy fats, which the healthy fats, along with the protein, which are also getting a good amount of protein, and the little amount of carbs you're getting, it's going to curb your hunger. So you will notice that your appetite will decrease because the healthy fats and the protein, they have fiber, they fill you up, they keep you fuller longer. Healthy fats and protein keep you fuller longer, which means that you're going to eat less throughout the day. Oh, sorry, that's my dogs. So another benefit of high fat, low carb is that it helps us lose the fat, burn the fat, especially around our abdominal area, our stomach area. And so, you know, that's the most important place, really. Like when we're on a weight loss journey and we want to lose the weight, we want to lose the fat, we do want to lose it throughout our whole body. But the most important place as far as health goes is the fat around our stomach. That is the dangerous fat. That is the fat that will cause inflammation in our body. And inflammation, it causes insulin resistance, which can lead to type 2 diabetes. It also causes that inability to lose weight. When we have inflammation in our body, our organs just don't function as well as they usually do. And when our organs don't function as properly, you know, like they should, then it's very difficult to lose the weight. Inflammation also causes digestive issues, and it causes other things like fatigue. So you'll have low energy, you will have arthritis type symptoms, you may have, you know, sore muscles, sore joints. It may be more, you know, difficult for you to move. You might have that stiffness. Inflammation causes things like high cholesterol, heart disease, you know, different diseases that you know can happen to our body. So basically, when we lose the fat around our stomach, we really help our health in all these other areas of our body improve. And you will notice, if you do start following high fat, low carb, you will notice that maybe one of the first places you are going to slim down and lose the fat is around your stomach. And so that's a definite benefit of this. High fat, low carb also helps our triglycerides go down. And so, you know, this is the bad cholesterol. The triglycerides are the bad cholesterol that leads to things like heart disease, heart attack. And so when you reduce your triglycerides, you're reducing your what is that, what I'm trying to say? You know, you're reducing your chance of developing heart disease, which can lead to heart attack. So definitely it helps with your cholesterol levels. And as the opposite, it also raises your HDL, which is good. You know, you want the good cholesterol to be in your body. You want the bad cholesterol to be out of your body. So high fat, low carb will take the bad cholesterol. It will help push it through your body to your liver. Your liver will process the food, process everything, and have it leave your body. So basically, your liver will process the bad cholesterol and help it leave the body. So the high fat, low carb way of eating helps this process. It also helps with reduced blood sugar, and it helps with your insulin levels. High fat, low carb, it combats type 2 diabetes. So, you know, many people think of diabetes as associated with sugar and junk food. You know, if I eat too many cookies, I eat too much ice cream, I eat too much cake, I'm gonna get diabetes. You know, I'm at risk for it, which is true. But what people don't think about is that diabetes, type 2 diabetes, can also be caused by too many carbs and by the wrong types of carbs, especially carbs that are made with white flour. So, you know, if you're eating things like white bread, pancakes, white pasta, white rice, all of those are carbs, but what happens is when we eat them, they turn into sugar in our body. And so that's why, you know, if you're eating too many of those white carbs, it's just like eating the cookies and the candy. You're taking sugar in your body through cookies, candy, cake, things like that. But also with the white carbs, bagels are another one, muffins are another one. With the white carbs, once they get in your body, they turn into sugar, and it's just like as if you ate that ice cream or that cookie or that candy. So we do want to stay away from white carbs. And so a lot of people, they develop type 2 diabetes not realizing that one of the reasons they might have been prone to it was because of their intake of carbs. So anyways, that's another thing we want to watch out for. So, you know, those are some of the benefits of high fat, low carb. You know, it's such a great way of eating. You will notice, if you do eat this way, you will notice the fat burn. You will notice your energy increase. You will notice that maybe if you do have a cholesterol issue or a thyroid issue or a diabetes issue, you will notice that it will get better over time. So, you know, basically with high fat, low carb, there are certain foods that we eat and certain foods that we want to reduce or cut out altogether in order to get the most out of it. So I want to go over some of the foods to include and some of the foods to, you know, cut out or cut down on if you are going to follow high fat, low carb, so that way you have more of a direction of how to follow it. So I'm going to start with carbs first, because we do want low carbs, and we want to be careful about the kind of carbs that we eat. So the carbs we eat, we want to eat things like, the best carbs you can eat are sweet potatoes and almond milk or some other type of nut milk, like they have macadamia nut milk, cashew milk, those types of things. Sweet potatoes and some type of nut milk. Coconut milk is great also, or peas. Those are the ideal carbs to eat. If you do go with like rice or pasta or beans, you want to go with, like with rice and pasta, you want to go with like brown rice pasta or quinoa pasta, something other than white pasta. Like I said, we want to stay away from the white because it just turns into sugar in our body. If you're going with rice, same thing, stay away from the white rice, go with the brown rice. Quinoa is a good choice. You can go with quinoa as well. And if you go with beans or bread or rice, if you go with what's called sprouted, then those are better choices. You know, at some of the health food stores, you can find sprouted grains, and whole grain is great. If you go with bread, you know, go with whole wheat or multigrain or flaxseed bread or sprouted bread. You know, you can have that. You just want to make sure you go with whole wheat or whole grain. And like I said, if you go with beans, rice, bread, sprouted bread is a great choice. Sprouted rice, sprouted beans, which you can find at some health food stores. But in any case, stay away from the white stuff and you will be doing fine. And like I said, sweet potatoes, almond milk, other kind of nut milk, peas are the best carbs to incorporate in your high fat, low carb way of eating. So the very bottom, we want those carbs. Then we want to get protein. So we want to eat lean meats like chicken and turkey and pork. We want beef, and beef is okay. Some people say stay away from red meat. It's okay to have beef. You want it to make sure that it is grass-fed beef, because if it's not grass-fed, then it's been pumped with antibiotics and hormones, which will do your body damage. So you can eat, steak. You can eat a hamburger. You just want to make sure, if possible, that it is grass-fed beef. Seafood is great. Salmon is an amazing choice if you go with fish and seafood. There's also shrimp and other types of fish as well. So you do want those proteins. Eggs are an amazing protein as well. Eggs have so many health benefits. And so those are some ideas of proteins, the meats, the fish and seafood, the eggs, Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is a great choice. If you are, going dairy free, you don't want the Greek yogurt. And there are some people that should go dairy free if you want to get the most out of this, because it doesn't benefit you. Some people are fine with dairy, but other people, dairy causes inflammation. And so like I myself cut out dairy. So, I don't eat cheese. I don't eat the Greek yogurt. I don't eat, I don't drink regular cow's milk. But if you do dairy, you could do a little bit of cheese as well. That's perfectly fine. It's up to you. If you have, like I said, inflammation issues, thyroid issues, then, you might want to cut out the dairy. Otherwise, you can include some dairy as part of your protein. And then at the very top, we have our healthy fats, which include things like nuts and seeds, dressings like balsamic vinaigrette is a great dressing choice. There are some other dressings that are really great. I like to do the dairy-free dressings, like I said, so you can find those out there. There's different oils. Like when you cook, don't be afraid of cooking with oils. You want to get the right kind of oil, though, that's going to help your body, because there are some that are not so healthy for us. And so, oils that you want to look for are like the best ones: olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, nut oils, like there's macadamia nut oil, there's walnut oil, things like that. You do not want to do peanut oil. Peanuts actually are, they're a legume, and peanut oil is actually not considered a nut oil because peanuts are not a nut, and peanut oil is not healthy. Stay away from peanut oil, stay away from vegetable oil, canola oil. All of those have damaging effects to our body, and all of those do have the possibility of causing cancer. So, you want to stay away from those oils. Like I said, do the olive oil, the coconut oil, the avocado oil when cooking. Other foods that are included in high fats are butter. When you do butter, try and get the grass-fed butter. And this is real butter. I'm not talking margarine. Margarine has vegetable oils in it, which is damaging to our body. You want real butter. The kind that I use is called Kerrygold. You can get it just about anywhere. You don't have to get it from a health food store. It's available in many other stores, regular grocery stores and things like that. But the Kerrygold grass-fed butter is the #1 butter to use if following high-fat, low-carb. You can also use what's called ghee, Ghee. Ghee is clarified butter, and it's also a healthy alternative when cooking. And so, you know, don't be afraid to take your vegetables and saute them in some butter or some healthy oil. That's part of this high fat, low carb. MCT oil is also great as well. And, you know, so basically, you know, a lot of people, they get nervous about the fats. They think that the fats will make them fat, which if you have the healthy fat, it actually will not make you fat. It's gonna actually help you burn the fat. So in addition to the healthy fats, you want, you know, some fruit is okay. You do want to limit your fruit because it does have sugar, even though it's natural sugar. And you want lots of veggies. Veggies, you can have an unlimited amount of veggies. So go for those veggies throughout your day, and water. Lots and lots of water. It's so important to stay hydrated. So when you are following the high fat, low carb, what you want to do is try and have throughout your day with every meal some protein, some veggies, and some healthy fat at each meal. Oh, and I forgot to mention also bacon. Bacon is considered a healthy fat as well. So, you know, as you're going through your day, have your protein at every meal, have your veggies, because protein keeps you fuller longer. The veggies are super healthy, full of vitamins, minerals, nutrients. Have your healthy fat as well, and then limit your carbs. I usually have 2 servings of carbs per day. As far as what you should eat and the amounts, it's different for everybody. So, you know, basically, I do have like specific portion plans depending on, you know, your specific situation. But for myself, I have 2 carbs a day, and then the rest is protein, fats, veggies, and a little bit of fruit. So basically, you know, that is the high fat, low carb way of eating in a nutshell. And what I do in addition, which adds to it, is like a second part, which is called intermittent fasting. And so, you know, intermittent fasting also produces the same benefits. In fact, it has a lot of the same benefits as high fat, low carb. It will add to your program that you're doing, your eating plan. And so intermittent fasting is basically where every day you choose an eating window, whether it be 6 hours, 8 hours, or 10 hours. That's when you eat all your food. So for example, I eat all my food in an 8-hour eating window. Once I'm done with that, then no more food until the next day. And you know, you can drink water, but just no more food. And you will notice that it will get easier to go longer without food, you know. And once you know your fasting is over, you can eat. So it's not like you're going days and days without food. It's basically after dinner at night, I'm done eating, and then I eat around like 6 to 7, and then the next day, you know, at around 11 or 12, or you know, whenever it is, I start eating again. So you're not even going a whole entire day without eating, but intermittent fasting will help your results. So you know, the two together are like they work together, and they do you know, extra benefit. But if you just want to follow the high fat, low carb, that's definitely something you can do, and you will help your whole, you know, body, your whole health improve and become healthier. So if you do have any questions, you know, feel free to get my contact information from Shauna. I'll be, you know, happy to answer questions. Feel free to message me. And if you are interested in finding out more about my health and fitness support and accountability groups that I run online through a Facebook private group, feel free to contact me about that. If you're, you know, interested in finding out about what kind of products, you know, Beachbody has to help you and support you in your health and fitness journey, feel free to message me about that. I'll be happy to, answer any questions. If you have questions, more questions about high fat, low carb or anything, feel free to message me. Basically anything, I'm here to help. I love helping people. And I just, it just gets me so excited to be able to help people become healthier and improve their lives and know that there is help out there. And so, like I said, if you have any questions, you want help reaching your goals, feel free to message me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And thank you for tuning in. I will see you later. Bye.